much for tuning in. I'm so sorry that I have about like a month delay, but you know, this turns out to be a lot more work than I thought originally, but I'm glad we're meeting back here again. Today's theme is Asian arts, which, because I live in Vancouver, BC, and you know, maybe some of you know this, but there is a huge Asian community here that came, you know, from China, from Hong Kong especially. So a lot of these finds are, you know, Asian, and I love Asian culture. I've lived both in China and Japan as a model like years ago, so it really is amazing to find all these little treasures, and I just love to show you what they are. So my first item is this Chinese, I want to say pewter vase or something. I was trying to figure out what it was used for, and my guesses would be either like a tea, since it has like a pretty deep lid, and then this spout is a very serious spout, so I don't know if somebody would try to like drink from it. Just be very like very like pingu, you know, or those watchers who are like over 30. Noot 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 noot. The original one, it has 6 panelings in total, so there are 3 panels in the front, 3 panels in the back. It's equal party in the front, party in the back. There is not really any front or back from my understanding, but they used to depict different scenes, and so all these 3 panels were like continuity. They were continuing motif, and I think there were some kind of like either war, there's some landscape, or some war in the landscape. I don't freaking know these wars. I would not want to depict war on anything. Like, it's the weirdest thing, you know? But it was heroic. There's nothing heroic about war, ever. But this is not where I wanted to go. This is a happy channel. It's made out of pewter, which, if you're like me, I had no idea what the hell pewter was. And it's just metal that contains usually about 85 to 99% of tin. And it was first found in Egypt circa 1450 BC. Pewter used to be used for like cutlery, housewares, because it's malleable. 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 You know what I mean? It's easy to bend. It was later in 18th or 19th century replaced by like mass manufacture, and so it's usually with porcelain or glass. So even though this is a vessel, a lot of pewter used to contain lead, which is poisonous. So unless you're not feeling like dying, maybe like don't use it for drinking. And it's also like pretty heavy too, so can be used as a weapon. Just putting it out there. Also, let's talk about the shape, because I have never seen vase like this before, and I'm completely in love. And I tell you why. It's because basically the structure, it's very kind of like masculine, you have these like 3 panels, and that's kind of like orderly, and it's very like chunky. It's kind of like Chinese brutalism. I have no idea when this was made, but this is what I would imagine Chinese brutalism would be if that was a thing. Um, but the masculinity is really well balanced with these like little, there's like an edge that runs through, and the edge has like a little ornaments which are square, and also these little pointy things. That is in fact the scientific term, pointy thingy things. And they're just like very feminine to me, and very like Asian, like I imagine these like spiky roof, like anything that has this like spike element to it. I love it. I love it so much. And so it's kind of like marrying these elements, and also like these shapes, like these half circles, really makes it like adds that feminine touch. And so to me, this is like a very androgynous vase, which I love it. I imagine like going to a date to some person's house and she has this on like, a table. Immediately I'm like, that is so cool. Like, who are you? That is so interesting. Why are you into it? So I feel like vintage stuff is always good conversational piece, and it also showcases so much of your character. Um, and it's just fun too. So the second object I found is this box, or like a maybe possibly wooden makeup box. It's always fun to kind of try to guess what was inside, because I think it was used for like a blush, because it has this very round insert. I think then you can insert like an extra makeup into it. So this made out of dark wood. There is a little bit of crack on the rim, but I actually think it does add kind of character. I don't know. I know some people don't like to buy stuff that are like not, completely like perfect condition, but I actually do think it adds interest in this case. So it depicts this woman that's half naked with her hand either dressing or undressing in her robe. And it's kind of cool because we don't really know anything about her. Like, who is she? I think she does look a little bit Japanese to me. I live both in Japan and China, and there are like obviously massive differences, even for us white folks who can really tell people apart. But it's so to me, she looks very Japanese, that just like this kind of like narrower face. And she's got, hey, both boobs out, which fun. Who doesn't like to have boobs out, right? Like, and so I don't know if she's getting ready, even though to me it looks like she might be getting undressed. And, I do like that kind of tension. Like, is she alone? Is there somebody waiting for her? What is she thinking? I just love that. Is she, because her expression, you can kind of like, she doesn't really look happy or sad. Maybe just focus on the hair thing, but she's just like doing her own thing. I've just been reading this book about courtesans in Korea. Maybe she has a couple of like lovers waiting for her somewhere, or maybe this is like the one evening that she has by herself and she just wants to chill out and just kind of like feel her out, be with herself. I don't know. There could be so many interpretations, and every time I look at it, I come up in my head with like a new story about her. Which at this point, I think I might actually keep this one because I just fallen madly in love with her, with Lotus, and I don't think I can let her go. But it's still one of my like recent favorite finds, so it is what it is. For the find number 3 and 4, I've actually split. I found like a collection of 4 pieces. So I'm gonna show you like 2 and 2. Let's explore. The frame is kind of like a bamboo shape. So it's add a little bit. It adds a little bit of like whimsy to it. And so what it is this collage, this collage figurines that's made out of silk and fabrics and some kind of painted cartoon. And what I'm assuming is maybe human hair or beard. I don't know where the hell this came from. Maybe sometimes it's just better not knowing. The origins, I don't know. I couldn't like exactly pin it, but some of my, very scientific research showed me that it goes back to like 1960s in Shanghai. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I found a couple of these, but they all have a little bit different styles of like facial expressions. And these are just, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed with these. They are just so incredibly like wholesome and like just again, if you watch my other videos, I like anything that kind of like has presence. So fabrics, you know, this kind of like a layering. It's just like a different feeling than say oil painting. I love both mediums, but there's just something to it with like layering. Jesus. And yeah, so let's see. Also, I really like that it's on a black matting because it just makes them stand out so much more. Like the colors, there is subtle patterns on their clothes. Like there's some kind of like a flower motif. But what I love the most about these, they just like they just have this like smirking expression, you know. And I don't know. To be honest, I was trying to figure out like how am I gonna talk about these in this video because like in my mind I already made up like 20 stories of like who these people are and why are they dressed so fly. Like first of all, look at his hat. This is so cool. This is like the coolest grandpa you would see on the block. Like some kind of layered skirt, hat. This guy has like these long sleeves and some kind of like two buns. I know it might be some kind of traditional thing, but to me it's kind of like, you know, those like buns, like a puka bun. The story I landed right now is that they're lovers. I'm sorry, I can't help it. They're clearly two lovers who, you know, maybe are going for dinner and they're just like meeting each other pre-dinner and they haven't seen each other for a bit and they're just excited but also kind of horny. So because their expression, I mean, I swear to you, like it's just so mischievous. So that's one of the stories. Or my other guess would be that they did something. I mean, maybe they are actually evil and they did something extremely sinister and they're just like smirking at each other that the plan is working and it's actually not as happy as I think. It's actually like, damn you guys. But you know what? If you're gonna have it in your space, I recommend to come up with something good, you know, because it's kind of like it's in your space. So it might as well just bring you something good. It could be also one of those like older gay couples that because they're just like influence each other so much they kind of like blend into each other so they start wearing like each other's like closet and style and like sometimes when you look at them they literally look like the same person and you're like okay yeah, I it's kind of weird but kind of cool so that's also a possibility, huge possibility. And the other one is this guy. So I like these two that they have similar like colors. Like it's well basically like yellows and reds. So I think I'm gonna sell these two together because they go really well and they would look really awesome on the wall. However, the story of these two is a little bit different. Um, so this guy is not really smirking. He's definitely less happy than the other guys, and still wearing the cool shoes. Still wearing some like cool flower kimono, long sleeves, pretty awesome. But the woman, she's carrying some sort of like a lotus stick, something, and she's just not having it. My girl, I'm worried about her. It's like, are you okay? She's just over it. She's just like, oh my god, I've had it with these mother snakes on this mother plane. Like she's just over it. And you know, in this patriarchal world, which woman can relate to this? I feel her. She's like my spirit animal every time I have to deal with some annoying men, which you know, it's not not a daily occurrence. But yeah, so she's just looks really sick. But I really hope they're not husband and wife. This is not heteronormative channel. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna push this on anybody. I think she's just like a single woman trying to enjoy her life. And he's just trying to, like, I don't know, push some agenda on her. That she's like, I don't care, stop talking to me. I've had it with you. I'm just gonna like chill out with my lotus stick. And if you know, stop pushing your agenda, I'm just gonna like poke you with the lotus stick. The number 4 item is continuation of what I just showed you previously. And we do have some homies. I wanted to say men, but we actually don't know. I think definitely these two are giving like a non-binary vibes, maybe. Or, maybe they're all non-binary. I don't know. Maybe this person is trans. Or this person is trans. I don't know. It is exactly the same style collage as like layered silk on a mat and framed with like a faux bamboo frame. But he's got like tiara, he's got something in the bag that's wings, some like really sick kicks, and just like vibing. He's like, you are also dressed in kimonos, similar style, similar smirks, but like less. This one has these like buns. I absolutely love the fashion. I wish, honestly, people would dress like this even every day, because I think there's something like really cool about flowing, long outfits that have like a lot of material, even skirts, and these kimonos with the long sleeve. I mean, even this sleeve is making me feel, like very alive. So, oh my god, this is coming apart. And you can kind of feel the love between these two as well. These two, they're giving me like friends for a long time. These definitely are giving like a good friends vibes. The last item number 5, is woo this boss. It comes in this cool box, which is pretty sweet. And it is a porcelain 2-colored base, and it depicts the sick dragon. It's like a continuation, you could just, it just goes. So dragons symbolizes prosperity and good luck. And according to tradition, you could tell who this was. So these dragons have different number of claws. And the one who has 5 claws, it was usually for like the top dog in the hierarchy. So like an emperor or something like that. So we know that this vase was like a big deal. You can also draw from these. So for example, if you're like, say, deciding to redo your kitchen and you are kind of like not sure which colors you like, but say you like this vase, right? So you could actually choose like a neutral, like wooden tones, and then choose, for example, this color, which is kind of like deep, like reddish brown, but very, very beautiful. And you could actually even take this vase to like a store, and you could choose tile that exactly matches it. And that could be like your inspo going forward. Also, if you like this blue, you can also tie elements of like blue, say like houseware. You could start collecting these little like blue cups or blue porcelain, because God knows there's like a full market of that. And I think it's really awesome way to design if you're not sure, and if you maybe cannot afford a designer or a consultation or anything like that. You could always pick from what you already own, especially like either clothes wise or like small item wise like that, it can tell you a lot about what you already like. And that way also it doesn't seem so overwhelming, because sometimes when you design space, I think it's really good to stay cohesive. And it's extremely easy to like sway off the track, because sometimes you can bring like one wrong thing and it just throws your entire design off. So by keeping it like simple, you always know where you're kind of going. And that's a wrap for today's episode. Please let me know which one did you like the most, or if you have any historical corrections. The topic for the next episode, whenever that's gonna air, I have no idea, is serving it. Serving looks, serving platters, teas, I don't know, serveware. Me and here my buddy Otto Victorella are so excited to see you next time and to serve you some good stuff. With that being said, I wish you have a great rest of the day. Okay, listen up you, because this is it. Let's do this test check so I know how this looks. Is my face in it? Is my face in it? Is my face in it? Can you see it?